Welcome to the Handheld Chronicles. This is a gaming podcast where my co-host and I take some time to play a handheld game and then we talk about it. My name is Jameson.
I'm Evan.
And this is episode 7. So, since we've met last time, Pokemon Day came and went. There was a very nice direct. And to, probably not a big surprise to most people, there was an announcement for Pokemon Winds and Waves.
Yeah.
So, not much really shown off, but we did get to see the starters, just their first form. So, question of the day, just with what you know now, which of the three are you gravitating towards?
I really liked the gecko to begin with, but I'm very concerned about it. Just looking, I'm like, oh, an aquatic gecko lizard? It's gonna be great. It's got weird makeup around its eyes, and that instantly made me go oh no, is this gonna be the weird one that they always do? Is this going to turn into Quackquaval? Is that what's going to happen here? And then just all the memes about Brout, or I think that's his name.
Brout.
Yeah. Just getting absolutely angry at everybody. I'm like, oh man, that guy's great. Really, really hope he does something awesome. I've seen some fan art designs of him turning into it's a windmill, but do you know those chickens that stand on the top of the, what is it, wind turbine? No.
Yeah.
The weather,
I know what you're talking
the weather
about,
vane,
yeah.
the chicken on top of the weather vane. And I'm like, you know what, that looks like some good, quality art of what a Brout evolution could be. So that's the one I'm the most excited about. I'm hoping that the salamander is awesome and looks cool at the end, because that's the one I'll take if it is. If it does, if it doesn't, I'll pick Brout.
Interesting. So you are not too interested in Pombon whatsoever.
No, it's just a doggo. I know it's going to happen. It's going to look like a cute little puppy, and then it's going to turn into, an Incineroar and get all the greatest abilities and movesets of all time. We're going to have another competitive dude just running around that everybody's like, why did we do this?
Yeah, I definitely got a little of the same with Fuecoco in the Scarlet and Violet, where I look at him first and I'm like, oh man, that's the one for me. He's so cute. And then I just hated the final evolution and figured, I'm going to restart the game and go with Sprigatito.
I actually enjoy Skeledirge. I think he's a pretty cool gator, but that's mostly because I love gators. They're great creatures.
That's fair. I'm also gravitating towards Brout, and that was even before I saw any fan art or anything.
Yeah.
I just think I love this simplistic design of just a green little bird. And I wasn't put off or anything by the angry eyes like some people were at first. I just thought that made it cute.
Yeah,
I didn't even make the connection to Angry Birds or anything.
Yeah, it's just stylized, and I think it's fun.
I'm trying to think what the lizard guy is. It's something aqua related.
Oh, I have no idea. I think. Gekwa? Yeah, I could not tell you what they were. I only knew Brout because I was like, it's Sprout. That was his name, but he's about eyebrows.
Yeah. So, Evan, what game are we talking about today?
Dude, I'm pretty confident it's Harvest Moon, the Grand Bazaar. Am I correct about stating that's correct. Okay. I could not remember if it was the Grand Bazaar, the Great Carnival, and I was like, what was the exact name of this? Yes. I knew it was Harvest Moon. That was an easy thing to find out, but I was like, I'm pretty confident it's the Grand Bazaar.
Overview.
Obviously, this is going to be a farming simulator because it's Harvest Moon. Pretty common knowledge for gamers that Harvest Moon is a farming game. The story goes that you're just a brand new farmer who arrives into town, and the mayor, whose name is Felix, just shows you a little quick around the bazaar where you're going to be setting up shop, and then takes you straight to your farm, gives you a quick tutorial on how to plant.
Quick tutorial?
Okay, it's not super quick, but it's just a lot of dialogue interruptions.
Sorry. It's a short tutorial in the long run, but my goodness, was that a long tutorial.
Yeah, alright, go pick up that stick over there, and then talk to me. Good job, you picked up the stick. Now put it in your pocket, then talk to me again. Alright, you put it in your pocket, good job, now check your menu, then talk to me again.
The fact that he just locks you in your house for the first day and you just can't do anything. You can't leave. He's like, no, 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 explore your house. It's beautiful. And you just have to skip through that whole first day, and then the entirety of the second day is just him teaching you how to farm. He's like, here's how to use fertilizer. Here's how to till the ground. Here's how to put your stuff in a box. Yeah, it was... I did not feel like it needed that much explanation to understand what was happening in the game.
Yeah. It is like, once you know what you're doing, it's like, holy crap, that's a whole lot simpler than it needed to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, the whole game, as far as I could tell, is just day in, day out farming, and then once you're done with your farming stuff, you're able to go into town, you can shop, you can talk to the villagers, give them gifts, you could just pocket a bunch of stuff that are lying around, sell it for money.
Yep.
Give people, I think I already said give them gifts, but...
Gifts thing, yeah. The game has a whole lot more different, like, activities and adventures you can do than a whole lot of other farming games. Like, they've got different activities throughout the month. It's like they've got a tea party, they've got this cow racing event, you've got the bazaar every Saturday, you've got different people's birthday activities that you can participate in. It's like it's got a whole lot going on outside of the farming, but I find like my biggest grievance about it is you don't feel like you can sell anything till the bazaar day.
Yeah.
So you get a huge cash flow, and then, you know, there are only specific items you can only buy at the bazaar. Like backpack upgrades and storage upgrades and a better farm. It's like I made $10,000 and I spent $8,000 on having better backpacks so I can carry more stuff. And then I don't have enough seeds to grow more plants. And so then your next bazaar, you're cash poor. And then you just buy more. And it felt like it penalized you for selling things not at the bazaar because it's cheaper. Like you don't get as much money out of it. And then you also don't get to raise your bazaar level, which is a mechanic in the game. You're trying to bring back this decrepit bazaar from ruins to back to being like the greatest thing and coolest thing you can have. And a lot of upgrades and quality of life features are locked behind earning enough money at the bazaar.
Gameplay.
You can romance people. That's an option.
Did you try to do that?
Tried, couldn't figure it out, Googled it, and learned some interesting facts about the romance mechanic in this game.
Okay, who did you, like, mainly focus on? Because there's, like, 4 options. I wrote them down.
Yeah, you wrote all their names down?
I thought I did.
The answer is the strawberry blonde that sat next to the lake is who I went after.
Okay.
I know
that's the mayor's daughter.
It is the mayor's daughter.
Yeah.
That's what I found out. So the interesting gimmick that you have to do is you have to raise friendship with enough other characters in the village to actually start romancing. So to even get far enough along with the mayor's daughter to like even try to marry her, you have to be best friends with the mayor. Which I'm like, makes sense real life wise, you know, gotta get in good with the parents and the father and all them in order to like date their children, but like it was really annoying. Like I'm like, we're at like 10 hearts. What's happening? Why can't I? And then I Google it. It's like, oh, you have to get like 5 to 6 hearts with the mayor in order to do this. I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to go do that real quick.
You know, my issue with the whole romancing is that it's just so slow.
Mm-hmm.
The 2, I went for 2 of them because I figured, hey, maybe one of them will be faster than the other. So I went for the blue-haired girl. Her name was Antoinette.
Okay.
She's pretty, like, very sassy and gloomy, which I thought was pretty cute. And
Okay.
then I think her name was Freya. She had, like, little light brown hair. She would always leave the town right in the morning to go to the city for her job and would only come back at night. So you have a very short window to actually talk to her.
Stalking her at the edge of town. Gotcha.
Pretty much. Like, once I was done with everything for the day, I'd just chill over in the bazaar waiting for her to come back and then quickly like, hey, here's a flower, and then run home and go back to bed.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very slow, and that's the other problem. Like you said, you had to Google it. Is I felt like there was way too much. I don't know
That I
if
had
this
to
is because I'm
Google.
not very familiar with Harvest Moon, but you have to Google like all sorts of stuff. Like I didn't think you would have to at first, but then it's like, oh, here are all the stat increases you get for which item you give them, which I mean, sure, makes sense. They like certain things, but
Yeah.
with so many items in the game, and all of them have different values, it's like, holy crap, like, why is there so much? And it's like, all right, now at this time on this day, if it's not raining, you can meet this person over at this location. It's like, why is it so specific?
It's oddly specific to get them to do things and to have that happen.
That's why I liked Freya. It was like, I can pretty much guarantee she's going to be walking in
She's
and
gonna
out of the
be here.
village every day.
Yep.
Whereas Antoinette was all over the place, and it was kind of a gamble if I was ever able to.
And you had to
find
hunt
her.
them down. Yeah. They also had like a gift mechanic where like you could take your items on Bazaar days and get them wrapped up to be a present, and it like doubles or triples their value when you give them to people. And like if you don't give somebody a wrapped present on their birthday, it deteriorates the friendship and they don't like it as much. It was a bit weird to run into. I mean, it's probably just a me thing. I've playing through this game, I felt like I was spoiled by how good Stardew Valley is. Because I don't know, it's a great game. They're both fantastic. I loved playing it and I enjoyed playing them both. But I was like, Stardew Valley, everybody has set locations and you can find them everywhere, and they'll, like when you gift them something, it'll appear, it's like, oh, this is items they liked, this is items they disliked. And you're able to just track it in-game, what different people like, and there's no like, that weird present thing where you have to wrap up gifts to give them, and then when you give them specific gifts on specific days. I mean, I did enjoy how you weren't limited on the amount of gifts you could give people.
You could only give one per day.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah.
I mean, in Stardew Valley, you have 2 gifts per week. So it's like, you're maxed out on this is the max amount of things you can do, and then you have to talk to them every day. So it's like, if I'm talking to them already, might as well give them something while I'm here. But this game, it's like, yeah, you talk to them, you give them a gift, and it raises their friendship points and all that. Yeah.
I think we should touch a bit on the actual Bazaar itself and what goes on there, since
Of course.
it's in the title of the game.
It's the name of the game.
It's just a little important. So obviously you have your booth, which is basically in the middle of the Bazaar, and you start off with only a couple of shops open, but as you play through the game, you'll get more people moving in, being like, hey, this Bazaar is getting bigger, like, we're gonna start up shop too.
Yeah.
So you get 3 slots for items to sell. These mostly going to be your crops and goods that you get from the animals that you take care of. But you can really sell anything. By the end of the day, I was selling weeds and people are buying them.
Yep.
So that felt a little weird. It's like, wow, this doesn't feel really authentic for people to be buying some of this stuff. Like, I've got these amazing eggs. I've got these great
potatoes.
Yeah, and then
I got some good-looking corn.
And then I have a stick. And then somebody comes up and says, hey, these are nice, but I want that stick.
That stick, oh man, it's the greatest walking stick I've ever seen.
So I don't know.
It's a foot long. The greatest walking stick I've ever seen.
I don't know if there's actually something in the game like that does what I'm wanting, but like if there was something that like gave certain items priority, where like people would see them along with other stuff and be like, ooh, this is a lot more appealing.
Yeah, I know. After Googling, they have like certain items which are like the item of the month. So it's like this item sells for more money this month than others, but I don't think it makes the people want to buy the item more. It just makes it more expensive.
Gotcha.
I think there's like some quests that happen that when you do that, they're like, oh, we'd like you to sell this item in the bazaar. And then more people will buy that item because there's a quest associated with it. But I don't really think there's like different items. People are like, oh, this one's better than this one, so we're going to go buy it. Yeah.
Also, like the whole feature of how you get customers' attention by pressing the B button and ringing a bell, that got annoying real quick.
Yeah, you have to run around to the 4 corners of your little shop to get people who are above you to come down and the people below you to come up to the shop.
I didn't even mind like the actual reading is it was just the repetitiveness of the noise. Like, sure, you could turn the music off, but the music's so nice.
It's a nice, real relaxing, cozy game. Yeah.
And it's ruined by the ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, it makes the Bazaar turns into like this little mini game because like the customers approach you and they're like, "I'd like 5 eggs," and then you have to give them 5 eggs, and if you don't give them enough, they get mad at you. If you give them too much, they also get mad at you. Don't ask me why. I feel like that upped my score. They're like, "He occasionally gives you free stuff, guys. Free things. It's everybody's favorite."
You'll also get a few people that'll just want to talk to you and be like, "Hey, I need some directions," or sometimes a villager will just come up and say, "Hey, how's the shop coming along?" And you can choose from, I think, 3 different dialogue options.
Yeah, there's usually just the 3.
Build up your store's reputation or decrease it. And sometimes you'll get someone who comes up and says, "Hey, I like that blank. Can I get this blank for free?" And if you give it to them for free, you get bonus points for your reputation. But if you say, "No, you gotta pay for it," then you lose reputation. So
it's an odd amount of things that I'm like, oh, I don't want to give stuff away for free. And then I Google and I was like, never mind. I do want to give stuff away for free now. And that's like my biggest thing I'm upset with the game is there's so much I needed to Google to find out.
For sure.
That I was like, oh, what's this interaction about? Why is this happening? And then I Google it, it's like, oh, this is why, and this is why I'm doing it. But that just might be, again, this is like the 5th Harvest Moon game in the series.
I think it was like the 22nd overall, but like the 5th or I think 8th on the DS itself.
Yeah, there's definitely
it's pretty far into the history.
There's definitely some lore about this game. Like, they have a new remake for it that came out.
Yes.
And I was just doing some research about it. And apparently, like, a lot of the characters are returning characters from other Harvest Moon games that you should recognize. So I'm like, that's cool. Like, if I'd played enough Harvest Moon games, I'd be like, oh, yeah. You know, Frederick is from Harvest Moon, the whatever, and he likes doing this. So therefore, obviously, if I do this and friendship with him, this thing's going to happen. But I didn't have that knowledge jumping into this game.
For sure. And then at the start of every Bazaar, I think Felix announces, like, "Hey, here's the goal for the day." And then the day after the Bazaar, there's an announcement on who makes the most money. And, like, obviously, you're encouraged to make the most.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever figure out what happens when you do?
You get a gift.
Oh, okay.
And it just gives you something.
Okay, that's nice.
You know, I did it, and I think he gave me like a bottle of olive oil, and I was like, sweet. Not sure what to do with this, but I won something.
Yeah, better than nothing. I mean, I never was able to get top place because there was that one dude who's selling like full-on diamonds and stuff for a crap ton of money, and I'm like, how am I supposed to compete with this? Like, I'm only selling eggs for like $60 each.
You take your eggs, you turn them into mayo. You take your vegetables, turn them into salads. Like, that was another thing I had to like learn. Like, it makes sense. You take your raw produce and you don't sell the raw produce. You turn it into something else and then you sell it.
Yeah. Which makes sense, but
it makes sense. It's
a lot of going out of your way when you're already going out of your way to get these items in the first place.
Yeah.
Did you ever buy any like farm animals or pets?
I bought a cow, and the taking care of the animals' nature I felt was a bit grueling and time intensive. Turns out you can make it simpler and easier if you just do these other things. Again, didn't know that when I started this. It's like you have to pet the animal every day, you have to milk it if it's grown up enough, you have to feed it, you have to take it outside of your barn, you have to take it back into the barn at the end of the night. That's another thing. You have to water all your crops twice a day. In the morning and then at night.
Oh, I only ever did it once.
You only ever did it once? No. The mayor tells you, he's like, if you don't water them at night, they'll get too dry and they'll burn up and you can't sell them for much. It's like every activity, your like first 10 minutes of the day is the same activities, and your last 10 minutes of the day is the same activities. And then you have the in-between time that introduce yourself to villagers and
take care of everything else.
Yeah, try to grab more items, craft more things, build more stuff, whatever it happens to be.
I did like how you can buy, like different tools. I think from Felix during Bazaars, like the hammer and the axe. In order to, like, when you find a stick lying around, you can use your axe to turn it into lumber. If you find a rock, you could use the hammer to turn it into rubble and sell those for more gravel, I think, one of the two.
Yeah.
So that was nice, being able to, like, just go around. I had, like, my specific route where I would pick up items and then just sell everything.
Yeah. But, like, you'd have all these tools, and then you need to buy inventory space. Like, you can carry it all.
Surprisingly small inventory. It's smaller than your freaking pockets. Like, you have, what, it's like 3 slides worth of it, and then only one is, or you have 3 times as much in your pockets, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's very weird. So you only want to put stuff in storage if it's going to go bad. Like, I would assume fish or, I don't think any of the crops really went bad, but maybe they do. I just sell them at the bazaar every week, so.
I did not realize it had the food goes rotten.
They might not. Maybe
mechanic.
It's just the fish, but.
I did not notice the food went bad mechanic in this game. If it has that, very cool, very interesting. But I did not notice it if it does exist.
Gotcha. Did you get the fishing rod?
I did not get the fishing rod.
Oh, man.
Apparently there's, like, half the game is locked behind upgrading your bazaar enough.
Yeah, I did find it a little odd how, like, some weeks he'd have a new item for you to buy, and then some weeks he just didn't, so that's probably my issue that happened there. But
yeah.
The fishing rod, man, there's, like, 3 or 4 different locations you can fish, and that was the best way to kill some time before Freya came back into the village.
Fish for hours on end.
Crap. Yeah, and the fish are worth a lot, too, like 200, 300. It's pretty quick, and I'm just using the crappiest fishing rod there that you get, so that's when the game actually started being like, oh, okay, like, there's more to farming. Like, I gave up farming at that point and just became a fisherman.
Yeah. Which is, it's been great, like, game's awesome. I feel like I've been griping on it too much and, like, hating on it. I enjoyed the game, guys, don't get after me, but, yeah, one of the other problems I'd address is it feels like it's about halfway through the game is when you start hitting the cycle of like, oh, this is what I can do, this is what I can create. Like, I just unlocked the windmills, which allow you to upgrade your tools.
Yeah, that takes
and process foods and turn things into better quality things. And, you know, take your wool and turn it into yarn. And I was like, this would have been so useful back when I first got the animals and everything. Back when I started the game, it's like, oh yeah, we're able to process some goods using these windmills. And instead of being like, once you've sold enough money at the bazaar, we'll then let you learn how to make fancier things to sell. But I mean, it makes sense why you put it behind that, so you make enough money so that you can then go back and then start upgrading your things and then sell them for more, instead of just show up day one at the bazaar and be like, here is my gold quality 5 stars breakfast omelet. I've got 40 of them. Please buy.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, when they did introduce the windmill and all these other things, I felt like it was just way too much. Like, holy crap. Like, maybe I was just trying to take care of too much. Like, I still had plants at the time before I gave up, and there was also my chickens that I was taking care of. Then they bring in the windmill, and then there's also the romancing and all this stuff, and it's like, oh my gosh, like, I know that there's enough time in the day to do this, but there's just so much to keep track of for me.
Yeah.
Did you have that issue?
I ran into the issue of I didn't have anything to do with my time, because I didn't earn enough money at the bazaars early enough on to unlock a whole lot of the things. So, like, I do my daily things, and it'd be like noon. And I'm like, what am I going to do for the rest of the day? So I just run around reloading areas, trying to grab more random materials on the ground, then give to people and sell at the bazaar days, but yeah.
Yeah. Let's Let's see. Oh, town events you brought up a little bit with like the
Yeah.
birthdays and the tea party. Like, how many of those did you attend?
The ones I could, because not a whole lot was happening.
Okay, that's fair, but what did you think of those? Because I was very disappointed with them.
It's an activity and allows you to do something, and it like gives you a reason for doing stuff. Like the first one is like the flower giving festival.
Mm-hmm.
And so your goal is to collect as many flowers and give them to all the villagers that you can. And so I'm like, oh, that's why all these flowers are growing everywhere. And it's like if you know about it in advance, you can like prep and be like, oh, I grabbed all these flowers and gift them to everybody.
Well, you do have the calendar you can check, which is very nice. I like being
Yeah.
able to check and be like, ooh, I wonder when... And you even have your birthday on the calendar, which
Mhm.
was a very nice touch.
Yeah.
But I never got to my birthday because it was like a whole year away, so... Probably should
too
have
far.
tried to mark that sooner so I knew what actually happens. But
What happens on your birthday?
yeah, like the tea party in particular was one that really irritated me. Is like on the calendar it says, "Hey, bring tea leaves to share with everyone." So I thought, "Oh, hey, everyone's gonna bring tea leaves and we're gonna swap them around, try tea, talk with people." No,
Yeah.
it just ended up being like 10 lines of dialogue. Like you show up, Felix says, "Hey, do you have any tea?" Okay, great. And then he starts the tea party and says, "All right, everybody, we've got tea thanks to Jameson. He provided tea for everybody." I'm like, this was all me? Excuse me? Like, I thought it was going to be a community thing, but no.
Yeah.
And then nothing happens. It's just dialogue. Everyone says, "Oh, wow, thanks." Screen goes to black, and that's the end. And then it just goes back to where you talked to Felix before.
Don't you unlock a recipe for it?
I don't remember if you do or not, but I just remember being like, that's it? I
also-
waited all month for this event, and that's all I got?
You could also probably like do some Googling, and it might be like, if you go to the tea party, your friendship with everybody increases, and you know something happens when all your friendship is up. Other than the romancing, I wasn't sure the point of developing friendships with people in the town.
Yeah.
Again, if I decided to Google more and to research it, there's probably like a whole load of stuff. Like if you get everybody's friendship up super high, maybe, you know, they'll come to your shop more often and sell you and buy more of your stuff for a higher price or whatever. But like, again, I don't know why you do it.
Yeah.
Quality.
Mentioned earlier, I really enjoyed the music. Like, it was very smooth and peaceful, which fit the game perfectly.
Yeah.
The actual gameplay itself was pretty impressive, giving you like 8-point direction. So being able to do that on the 2DS with the circle pad felt very nice.
Yeah.
Granted, this is a DS game and not 3DS, but still, it was... I loved being able... And your jump is
You're able to
surprisingly
jump?
huge. And you've got a double jump for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
You can also run, so you can like make these massive leaps over the lake or whatever. It's kind of pretty cool for not being a parkour-based game.
Yeah, super fun. The fact that the whole world is like 3-dimensional as well.
Yeah.
So like you can jump on top of buildings. If you can find it, you can jump up to ledges and stuff and find cool little secrets.
Certain barrels will actually be trampolines that shoot you into chimneys and stuff.
Yeah. Super fun.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that. The quality was great. Graphics are good. Can't
Yeah.
complain about them. They're on the DS. They look great.
As far as like 3D models, like they're not terrible for
Yeah.
DS standards. They're up there with some of the better stuff, I'd say, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And then when you talk to everybody, they get their own little 2D sprite of who they look like. Super nice, super good. Everybody looks really young for some reason. That was like, I was like, how old are we supposed to be in this game?
Yeah.
Like, I know romancing is an option. How old are we?
Especially with the mayor's daughter. I was like, whoa, how old are you supposed like, when I realized she was a romance option, I was like, what the flip? Are you
I was
kidding
looking
me?
at all of them, and I'm like, they're all way too young.
That is true.
But they have jobs.
But
they're
it's just the style. It's very cutesy and stuff.
Yeah.
Even like the animals themselves. Like the cows are very chonky and cute.
yeah.
The chickens.
When you actually ran into the real children and be like, okay, so this is what they consider to be a child. This is an adult, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's great. The quality's good. Looks great. Can't complain about it.
Yeah, I also feel like I feel like some time when they try to incorporate like real time into games.
Yeah.
I felt like this one actually did it very well. I think it was every 5 seconds was a minute in game,
Mm-hmm.
which at sometimes felt like it was going by really fast and sometimes it was going really slow, but like I don't know, it was never to the point where I was like dreading how it was set up. Like I felt like the days were just long enough for you to do as much if you really wanted to really push yourself with chores, but short enough where like there's no requirement on when you can go to bed. You could wake up and just go straight to bed to skip a whole day.
Yep.
Which was very nice. Because, like you were saying, sometimes you just run out of things to do, and it's only noon.
Yeah, it's a quality of life feature. It's fantastic. Just being like, you know what? The day's over, guys. I've watered all my crops. I've harvested everything. Talked to everybody. We're going back to bed. The bazaars tomorrow were...
Yeah, sometimes I would just like skip a few days, be like, I don't want to start any new crops. I just want to go straight to the bazaar.
Yeah.
So I definitely love that. I know there are definitely games, Ever Oasis, that make you sit there until 6 o'clock p.m. to actually go to bed. And it's like, I would literally just set my DS off to the side and lie around for no reason and just wait. It was so annoying, but this game did it right. I like that.
Just being able to advance the clock faster is great. Can't complain about it.
There's no like hunger feature too. You're able to just do whatever. They had a stamina bar for when you like actually farm and use your tools, but I never depleted that. Did you?
Not particularly. I know you could just eat and replenish the stamina.
You also have a bathroom in your house you can use to do the same thing, and it only passes the clock by like 30 minutes. I want to say like it's not even bad.
Yeah. No, I didn't really run out of stamina. It was never a point in time where like, oh man, my stamina's out. Can't do anything.
Yeah, I don't know if like later tools take out more stamina or something.
Or like upgraded tools might do that.
Yeah, but the stamina was never an issue.
Yeah.
Even running didn't deplete your stamina.
Feel like
Jumping
it
across
should.
a freaking lake didn't deplete your stamina.
Also feel like it should, but doesn't. So
I completely forgot that running was even a feature. Like even your walk speed, I feel like is pretty good.
yeah, like you're doing it fast. You're doing it great, moving.
Yeah, the only thing that felt slow was the actual farming and like taking care of each crops, which makes sense. It's farming sim.
It felt a little slow because you had to be meticulous about it.
You had to do one plant at a time.
Yeah. Again, I know that when you upgrade your watering can, you can start watering multiple crops at a time. Big game changer. It's going to be great.
But again, you gotta get.
It
takes a long time in this game.
It's a long time to get into there. And then you also can't step on your crops, which is a bit annoying. Like I have to be pixel perfect in between my two rows of crops.
I feel like it's pretty generous though. I mean, you also get like a little square, transparent square showing up on what's in front of you and what you're currently targeting. So it's easy to actually...
And also, when you step on it, it gives you a little warning that the plant like is highlighted red, and it's...
Oh, okay. I guess.
Or at least I think so. Unless I was doing something completely different when I got that. If I'm doing something real random, who knows? But I was like, oh, I'm stepping on the crop. Can't do that. Gotta hop off.
Fair enough. But yeah, as far as DS library goes, it's good quality.
It's a great quality, lovely little simple game.
Yeah, I didn't come across any bugs either, so...
Yeah.
Can't complain much.
Didn't clip out of bounds and just fall into the void for no reason? Nope. Nah, I didn't either. I've done that in a couple of games, though.
Ranking.
At the end of an episode, we give the game a score on a scale of 1 to 7 and then average it out.
It's probably a 5. It's better than perfectly average at 4. And I don't think it's excellent enough for people to go out of their way to come play it. It's fun enough and enjoyable that I'm like, you know what? If you want to play a farming sim, Harvest Moon, the Grand Bazaar, is great. You can play it. It's great. It's fun. I'll give it a solid 5.
Solid 5. Okay. For me, I feel like I'm not the target audience. I think you're kind of the same since you played Stardew Valley, so you at least enjoy it.
I've played some farming simulator games. They're not my favorite. just one of my other buddies, his name's Austin, he loves farming simulator games, and so he got me into Stardew Valley, and we played a co-op world. It was the two of us doing it, and that was my first introduction to it. And, you know, occasionally I'll be like, oh, I'm going to go back to it, just enjoy it, but it's not, again, it's not my cup of tea. I'll do like an hour or two, and then I'll call it a day. And there are other video games where I can sit down for like 6 or 7 hours at a time and just play that game straight.
Yeah, I felt like the pacing of it also kind of was a bit off-putting for me with, like, maybe if they had 2 Bazaars each week.
Yeah.
But, like, having to wait a full 7 days in the game felt a bit much for me, to the point where, like, even in sittings that I would play, I wouldn't even get to a full week. So that was kind of disappointing, since the Bazaar was my favorite bit of the game, being able to run your own store and go shopping at the same time.
Feels like it should be happening more than what it's actually doing.
Yeah.
It's the main gimmick of the game.
Which is unfortunate, but I can't be too harsh since I'm not the target audience.
Yeah.
I'm not big on, like, this. Same with Animal Crossing. Like, I see why it's appealing for people. It's just not for me, so I can't be too harsh. So I only give this a 4 out of 7.
Okay.
Like, also, there's just way too much Googling needed to really progress to the fullest, if that makes sense. A little too laid back for me, but maybe I will come back to it.
I can see loads of people who'd enjoy this style of game, and I fully understand that.
I guess, like, my other big problem with it is that it feels like a game you have to continuously play. It's not something you can just play on and off. It's like, hey, you gotta have this, like, as a secondary game at all times.
Yeah, I can see that, for sure.
But maybe that's not how it is, and that's just the impression I got, so.
It's a possibility. If you knew everything about it, you could 100% just pick it up months later and be like, oh yes, here are all the things I'm doing.
Yeah.
But
and it's not like Animal Crossing where it keeps track of how much time you are away, so.
Wait, does Animal Crossing actually keep track of how many days you're not on the Switch?
Oh, yeah.
Dang, wild.
Yeah. Which means that Harvest Moon Grand Bazaar for the DS gets a final score of 4.5 out of 7. But we're going to set it aside so we can spin the Wheel of Destiny in order to see which game we'll be playing next. We're going back in time to 2007.
2007?
Only 1 year earlier from Castlevania Order of Ecclesia.
Alrighty.
But we're sticking with, well, not sticking with, like, this week, but we're sticking with Castlevania, or Metroidvania style game. But this time, it is not Metroid or Castlevania. It's actually starring a Mario character in a yellow cap. For the next bit of time, we're going to be playing Wario, Master of Disguise.
Oh boy.
Have you ever heard of it?
I have not heard of it. You said he had a yellow cap, and I was like, Toad? And I was like, no, it's Wario. Wario has the yellow hat. Waluigi's got the purple one. And then I was like, what Wario games exist? And I was like, there's a Wario game where you, it's like Mario World 2 and the 6 golden coins.
Yeah.
I know that exists, but I was like, and then there's WarioWare. Fun mini games in that one. Enjoy that. I did not know they had a Metroidvania game all about Wario.
Yeah.
I'm excited. That sounds like fun.
Should be interesting. So, we will see you next time when we cover it, and hopefully it'll be a good one.
I'm excited. I love Metroidvania games.
Alrighty, so until next time, I'm Jameson, and have a good one.
See you guys later.